Hi everyone, today we are going to create ripples on Geo. This project is intended from commercial uses and is totally inspired from Alexander's king. So let's start it. Start from taking a sphere, change primitive type polygons, and here frequency will be 16. Then take a node ripples. Center direction of the y-axis will be 4 and wavelength will be 0.15. Decrease the wave height 0.2. Change the weight equals 1. Numbers of ripples will be 1 and ripple source area will be 0. A y up vector will be 1.5. I keep this parameter to match this type of ripples. Here we can change the center position to match the reference. And this is our geo. Take point from volume for scattering points. Slightly adjust the jitter scale. Set the point separation value. This point represent our bubbles. The next node will be attribute adjust float. The operation will be multiply. Type of pattern will be noise. Connect the copy to point node. Then take sphere change into polygons and frequency will be 4. In attribute random I set minimum and maximum value. We can also set the scale of the sphere using spline. I am using this spline for smaller and larger pattern. For converting into soft body we are using Vellum balloons. Now take a solver. In Vellum solver just remove the force. To import the collision object, use the object merge node and specify the location of the geometry. This will allow us to bring geometry we can use for collision purpose. Use the polyextrude node to slightly increase the distance which will make your collider more dominant. And don't forget to enable the output back. Now take peak node and connect it before the Vellum configuration. Connect the polyextrude Vellum third inputs. In the Vellum solver, make sure to turn off the assume uniform radius option. Change the location of peak before the point volume. Inside the Vellum solver, add force node and set the appropriate amplitude. This will introduce additional movement and dynamic to your simulation. This is our inner bubbles. Now we are going to create a ripples effect. Set the sphere frequency to 64 to achieve smoother and more detailed ripples patterns. Use object merge. Then copy this inner source and paste here. Next node will be distance from geometry. Second input will be our object merge and first input will be geo. In distance from geometry then enable the output mass. Just click on the mass visualizer. Set the position 0.05 as 0.1. Now we need to use attribute wrangler as our displacer. Here add the following prompts: @position plus equal to @normals. Multiply with mass and then multiply with custom scale channel. Then hit the compiler. Add some small distance scale. Now take a dop network and integrating our ripples. We need to add a ripple object and ripple solver for the simulation. This is a default preview setup and we can see that the ripples are generated. Decrease the conservation parameter to achieve more faded ripples. Let's switch to object mode. Displacer as active before the displacer as a rest. For understanding purpose, rename initial. Now go to ripple settings. In the ripple initial surface operator set to initial and in the rest surface operator set it to rest. For animated geometry, the reformer must be enabled. Swap the settings. Set the initial surface operator as the rest and the rest surface operator as the initial. Just turn off the visualizer. The outer name will be our globule. Take the attribute angle and use the following wax, set the alpha 0.1. Combine this using merge.